your story being told? What is the moment before the first line of your story? And a great example of this is procedural dramas like Law and Order, NCIS, even Grey's Anatomy. All the hour-long dramas have a formula. Even Bull on CBS, which I just got started on. All of these series have a formula, right? Because guess what? They got an hour that they're on TV, right? 25 minutes of that is commercials. So if somebody died, you have exactly 4 seconds after the commercial break, somebody's got to come back. You've got to sustain the climax. You've got to sustain the, oh my God, what's going to happen next? And what if somebody just joined the show? Every time a character speaks in a procedural drama, you have to pull them back into the story. You don't have a lot of time. 35 minutes is not a lot of time, especially when you have commercial breaks. So this is something that all writers have to remember, right? We have a society where you have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, on demand, thousands and thousands of content, thousands and thousands of channels where people can get content, right? If you don't capture them in the first 10 minutes, it's over, right? That's what the writer is dealing with. So the inciting incident has to be high stakes. It has to be something that I need to know the answer to. And knowing your inciting incident, the thing that's causing you to tell this story, answers one of the biggest questions that I keep getting over and over again. How do you get started? How do you get started? How do you get started? You get started by writing something that happened. It's actually really just that simple. What happened, right? When you go to Facebook and you're mad about something, first you tell people what happened. This man went ballistic on the Long Island Railroad, hurling racial slurs at this woman who was talking on the phone, but it wasn't the quiet car. That's the inciting incident. Now tell me what happened and why we're here today talking about it. Okay? I sent out an amazing how to get started exercise in my newsletters, which you should sign up for at thedreamunlocked.com. And these newsletters are full of exercises about how to get started. And one of them was Facebook. People tell me all the time, I want to write, I have a story, 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 I want to write, I have a story. I don't know where to start. How long have you been on Facebook today? How many posts have you commented on, liked? Why did you comment or like them? Why? Because they pissed you off. Because something happened. There was an inciting incident that you felt compelled to respond to with your own unique point of view. If it makes you laugh, if it makes you cry, if it makes you pissed off, it's action. It's a problem. It's a conflict that you care about. Write about it. I gave this exercise where I told people go to their wall on Facebook and then click on activity. In activity, you can see every comment you've ever made. You can see every like. You can see everything that you have interacted with on Facebook. You can see all of your comments in one place. If you cut and paste all of those comments into a piece of paper, a document, an email, you'd have at least 5 pages of writing. You've been writing. That's writing. Putting it together in a form. Is it going to be a solo show? Is it going to be stand-up? Is it going to be a web series? Is it going to be? That's irrelevant. When you start writing, don't worry about what it's going to be. Focus on writing. Don't ever edit. Edit is the reason people have writer's block. Writer's block is a fiction. I am here to tell you right now that writer's block is a fiction. And until you start dealing with writer's block as a fiction, it will continue to beat you. It doesn't exist because you're writing all the time. Writer's block means something is blocking me from writing. That's what writer's block means. What is the thing that's blocking you from writing if today you spent 40 minutes on social media writing? What is the thing that's keeping you from writing if you spent today sending out 15 emails to people you work with explaining what you need and what needs to be done? That's writing. Your grocery list, that's writing. Emailing your account saying, what the fuck is going on with my tax return this year? That's writing. That's a story. So now I'm going to dispense with writer's block. It actually doesn't exist because you're writing every single damn day. You're just not considering that writing. It is writing, right? When you feel strongly about something and you expressed an opinion, or you have a problem that you need to solve, so you send somebody a letter, that's writing. That's writing. Cut and paste it. Put it all in one email. Put it all in one, document or something on your computer at the end of the day. Within all that text that you have spent today writing, because you've spent the day writing about things that you actually care about, are stories. There's tons of stories in there. It's tons. If you took all your social media posts, all your emails for the day, and just copied and pasted, don't edit them, just copy and paste them all into one document and go through it and say, okay, what keeps coming up here? I am pissed about this president. I am pissed about Texas. I am pissed about, take your pick, right? Whatever keeps coming up. That's the kernel of a story, right? Look at your post. What post do you respond to over and over again? Okay, I'm gonna tell you my dirty secret. I am not a cat lady, as my neighbor told me. I am a cat woman, because cat women are hot, cat ladies aren't. I am a cat woman who feels very strongly about the community cats getting fed. I feel very strongly about cute cats giving opinions on social media, and people always send me posts. Don't judge me. This is my situation, okay? I love the cats. Anytime somebody points some cute shit out to me on social media, I got shit to say about the cat. And it's always a cat with attitude. It's always a cat. If you go to my page, AprilYvetteThompson on Facebook, maybe I'll post it here so you guys can see it. It's a cat going, this is how I feel about this. And then things pop up. Money. And the cat goes, psh. Gossip. And the cat goes, psh. Bills. Psh. Bullshit. Psh. I love it, right? Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys, so stick around. Afterwards, I'm going to post it on the Badass Writers page. I could write ad nauseum about that cat. I watch that video 3 times a day. 3 times a day. I could write a monologue today about what that cat would be saying. That's writing. The key to getting over writer's block is just to write and don't worry about what you put down. Write down things you've got an opinion about, and the rest will come later. For God's sakes, people spend thousands of dollars hiring editors. Mark Twain just sat around and talked, hired a secretary to record everything he said, and then at the end of the year, he looked at it, had her outline it, and then he looked at it and went, okay, there's the book. That's writing. Anything you feel strongly about, that's writing. Hi, Tony. Somebody got some questions? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. Like, if you ask me a question, how do I answer? Okay, cool. So send me a question, I'll answer. But the big one was about how you get started and about writer's block. And let me just say this, there is no writer's block because you're writing all the time. You're just not making you subconsciously aware of it because you think writing has to be, I have to go to this quiet place. And in this quiet place, things will come to me and the muse will speak to me and I will have amazing ideas. No, bitches. That's not how it works. Even Stephen King, if you read his book, and he's prolific, and I bring him up all the time because that motherfucker can write a book a minute. Okay, he be writing books. He was always writing, even before he was Stephen King. If you read his book on writing, he had 14 jobs, 4 kids, and a mortgage. He wrote all the time. He just jotted stuff down when he had a chance. But the most important thing that he says is every single day write something. Well, cut and paste. I want you to try this for a week. Cut and paste all of your emails, all of your comments on social media into one document. And then come back here a week from today and we'll have another writing class and you tell me what comes out. Now I have a great question from Tony. What about when you have too many ideas? Write them down. Don't worry about what they're going to be. The problem is you're worrying about what they're going to be instead of writing. Write down the ideas as they come to you. Say to yourself, today I ride on the train for exactly 12 minutes from my house to the gym. In that time, I'm going to write down everything that comes to me, or better yet, I don't care if people think you're crazy. I do it on the train. I turn on my recorder to Memo or iTalk, and I talk. This bitch across from me is singing out loud at the top of her lungs. And then I narrate how I'm feeling about that, because I was actually trying to read a book and couldn't because this woman across from me is doing this. And then I jump to the next topic. The point is, I have said, for this 12 minutes that I'm on the train, I'm going to write down the first thing that comes to my head. When I do classes, when I do writers' retreats, they start as silent retreats. They start as silent classes. And the rule is, if you have something to say, write it down. What if you set a time for yourself? 5 minutes today. 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. And everything that came into your head, you just wrote down. What would that be like? Or better yet, I love recording for people who feel like I don't have time to write, Record it. You're not going to go back and listen to the recordings. At the end of the year, you go hire your cousin or the little kid that lives down the street from you or the really brainiac kid that lives downstairs to transcribe that for you, and that will be your writing. But for now, you don't have time. Mamas ain't got time. People with full jobs ain't got time. Actors on set ain't got time. You got time to respond on social media? You got time to record yourself. That's why writer's block doesn't exist, because you're writing all the time. You're just not keeping track of it, right? So find a moment. And the moment is usually when something has made you laugh out loud, something has been super funny, something has been super tragic, like somebody trying to kill themselves on the train. I was actually reading my friend Jessica Blank's post, and she was on the train trying to, work lines or whatever. And this woman saved this homeless man for trying to jump off the train. And she just wrote it on her Instagram. It's a gorgeous story. As things happen, record it, put it on social media, wherever. I don't care where you put it. And then ask someone to take all that content for you. If you know you're going to edit and judge yourself, ask the babysitter, give her $20 and ask her to cut and paste everything that you wrote and everything that you recorded into one document. We'll go ahead and outline it and turn it into whatever it's going to be later. I have an outline. I always tell folks, don't outline first. Let all your ideas get regurgitated onto the page. So there's no such thing as too many ideas, Tony. Just record them someplace. Write them down someplace. Put them all in one place and come back to them later. Or better yet,